That's early in the ministry of Jesus. Well, what about the middle of Jesus' ministry? Maybe like Jesus kind of started off strong and then he kind of got off because, he was just busy healing people and all he wanted to do was heal people, right? Well, no. We see in the middle of Jesus' ministry in Matthew chapter 16 that it was from, verse 21 says, it was from that time, in Matthew chapter 16, from that time, Jesus began to show his disciples that he must be killed and on the third day be raised. And so here he is in the very middle of his ministry saying, hey, this is what I have come to do. This is what all of this is for. And we're really going to drill down on this more next week. Hey, this reminds us that, hey, the most important thing about you, first of all, as Tozer said, Tozer says is what you think about, is what comes to mind when you think about God. But your life is defined by the way that you relate with the cross. Are you a friend of Jesus or are you an enemy of Jesus? Many of us don't want to think about enemies of Christ, but there are enemies of Christ. And all of that boils down to how one relates with the cross. Are you one for whom the price has been paid, or are you one who will pay their own price? But our message as a church, this is kind of our, I don't know how you guys feel about this being kind of our state of the church type message, but there's nothing just overly groundbreaking that we're trying to do other than to preach Christ, to preach Christ crucified. In fact, as we state every Sunday when you come to the table, this isn't just Christ crucified for some nameless, faceless group of people. As we say every Sunday when we come to the table, it is the body of Christ given for you and the blood of Christ shed for you. Man, isn't that, I hope that when you hear that every Sunday, it is good gospel news all over again. That if you're a child of God, this is the body of Christ given for you. This is the blood of Christ shed for you. And if you haven't trusted Christ, I would love, before this year is over, before this week, this day is over, to be able to reach out to you and say, this is the body of Christ given for you and the blood of Christ shed for you.